Good morning. It is Monday, July 1st, and today is the memorial of St. Junipero Serra. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Teen social media use is on the rise, and more evidence shows that it's harmful for their mental health. More on that shortly, but first, your local weather and this news. Lawyers for a former Michigan State Police detective sergeant charged with the murder of a Grand Rapids man want the case moved to federal court. Samuel Sterling was fleeing from authorities back in April when Brian Keeley hit him with an unmarked police car outside a Kentwood Burger King. Sterling later died at the hospital, and Keeley was charged with murder. Keeley argues that the car started to skid in a puddle and he lost control. A motion filed Friday asked to have the case moved to a federal jurisdiction because Keeley was assigned that day to a U.S. Marshals Service fugitive task force. Michigan Democrats are rallying around President Joe Biden following last week's debate. In the debate, the president repeatedly lost his train of thought and gave largely incoherent answers. Representative Debbie Dingell said Biden simply had a bad night. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan told Fox 2 that everyone was caught up in the moment.
I'm not sure in the long run how much this matters, but certainly the question is, what's our strategy going forward?
Governor Gretchen Whitmer said in a statement that didn't reference the debate that Joe Biden is running for the American people. St. Ladislaus Chapel in Hamtramck held its last Mass on Saturday night. The Archdiocese of Detroit and the parish decided to close one of Hamtramck's oldest Polish churches due to declining attendance and rising maintenance costs. The chapel was already part of St. Florian Parish a few blocks away. Monsignor Charles Kasanke asked the community to pray for members of the St. Florian Parish and said the chapel was a testament to the community's long-standing faith. The Archdiocese will be relegating the building to secular use beginning today. Consumer sentiment dropped slightly in June as many Americans worry about high prices. Lisa Taylor has more.
The University of Michigan's final reading for the month fell less than a point from May. The survey noted while consumers felt confident that inflation will continue to ease, many expressed concern about the impact of high prices and weakening incomes on their personal finances. According to the survey's chief economist, those trends offset the outlook for lower interest rates in the year ahead. I'm Lisa Taylor.
And a 9-year-old Chesaning boy has received 5 organ transplants after waiting on the donor list since he was an infant. Jacob Perez has a rare disease called microvillus inclusion, which prevents his body from absorbing nutrients. Less than 100 people in the world are affected by this disease. The family received notification on June 26 that the boy could receive a new stomach, liver, pancreas, and large and small intestine, and the boy and his family traveled to Pittsburgh to receive the surgery. This is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio. Now this.
Persecution around the world has manifested itself through the centuries, but it is worse today than ever before. Aid to the Church in Need and its donors have been there to help since 1947, never abandoning the Church or her most vulnerable children. Will you stand up for your faith and accompany our brothers and sisters on their spiritual journey? Visit churchinneed.org. churchinneed.org.
We're looking at a pretty nice day in the Motor City. We'll have sunny skies and a high around 77. Tonight remains mostly clear and lows dip to around 59. Tuesday will also be nice. We'll have some partly sunny skies and highs around 81. Wednesday, the chance of rain and thunderstorms returns in the afternoon. Temperatures will be near 90. On Independence Day, we'll have partly sunny skies and highs in the upper 80s. We're looking to have a pretty nice day in the Saginaw Valley. We'll have sunny skies and highs around 76. Tonight we'll see some clouds roll in and temperatures will drop to around 55. Tuesday we'll have increasing clouds and temperatures around 78. Wednesday we'll see some rain and possibly a scattered thunderstorm. Highs will be in the mid-80s. And on Independence Day we'll have partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-80s. With teenage use of social media skyrocketing, there is also a greater and greater chance teens can be harmed online. Don Hawkins, CEO of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation, joined Vanessa Den Hagarmo on Epiphany to discuss this important issue.
One of the issues that is currently happening is that these social media platforms that allow teens and even younger to be on them have largely not designed these platforms with their safety in mind. And so our youth are suffering to huge extents. Things like common sense measures like not being exposed to pornography, that kind of activity, these companies are not doing anything to prevent that. Or having the default safety settings on, parental controls by default on. A lot of these companies allow strangers to reach out and connect and talk to our young people directly when it's just common sense. Why should they allow that? And as a result, we're seeing immense numbers of our young people being targeted and groomed and having really harmful experiences on these platforms.
So we've known Dawn for a while and things that people may not be aware of. I remember a few years ago I went to a bullying conference. Beware of platforms like Snapchat and others because they purposely target kids as young as like 9, 10 years old, especially boys, and show them pornographic images.
Yeah, the reality is that kids under 13 aren't technically supposed to be on most of these platforms, but they're not doing anything to stop younger kids. And they know way younger kids are on. They can tell from all the data they have on us. And they've told us that. So why are they not, requiring more verification of age? And that's something that we're trying to get changed in law. But the algorithms are so different for our young people. So just an example, like I have a number of fake accounts. I'll go on Snap or Instagram and say I'm like a 13-year-old boy or girl. And the content that I get is so much more sexualized, so much more violent. A lot of it will be like focused on eating disorders and just all these other issues, which is such a different experience than the algorithm facing me as a mom of 5 in their late 30s.
Epiphany is weekdays at noon on Ave Maria Radio. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. You can stay connected with me on X, and Lord willing, I will talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.